Welcome back to Cyber Sentinels. I'm your host, Dr. Daloskaya, and I'm extremely happy to be with you here again. And of course, I'm extremely happy that you're joining us for another dose of technology wisdom. This week, we are diving deep into a topic that's often overlooked, but it's absolutely critical. The power of right tools in your IT arsenal. And to help us navigate this critical landscape, I'm excited to introduce you our very special guest, an IT expert with more than 25 years wisdom. He has a lot to share, a very good friend of mine, a mentor, Bill Kulterman. Welcome to the show, Bill.
Hi, Erdal. Thank you for having me. And
It-
hello, everybody.
It's always a pleasure. Please. Who are you?
Oh,
Please introduce yourself.
well, as you said, I'm Bill Kulterman. Have a long time IT trainer for 25 years, both classroom and now in our modern era, mostly online. I'm a LinkedIn learning author. I've done courses with Pluralsight, Clip Training, Train Signal back in the day. Lots of experience, mostly teaching Microsoft tools, but there are a lot of wonderful tools from other vendors as well.
Okay, talking about tools. Look, there is a misconception when I started this talk show. I had many CISOs already or CIOs, but this time I said I have to call someone who's helping us to make our life easier. Tools are very important. Doesn't matter which level you are in IT, an executive level or an entry level. But this show is more about someone who's already in C-level or management level, or for anyone who wants to be there. Why are tools important, Bill?
Well, the three things that most come to mind from the beginning are governance, having tools that can help you manage your environment and make sure that everything is within your parameters and you can control it. Governance is important. Efficiency. You want your organization to run very efficiently, and there's a lot of tools that can help you with that. And also to empower your workers, to give them the power to do their jobs efficiently and within the guidelines that you've set forth with your governance.
Perfect, and I totally agree with you. Talking about governance, uh, me as CISO or my friends as CIOs, they use so many different tools, and I think SharePoint is also one of the most used ones. So when it comes to GRC, governance, and everything else, how does, for example, SharePoint or any other tool that you have in mind enhance data governance and compliance?
So SharePoint gives you a lot of really robust controls for information security. You can use really granular access permissions. You can go ahead with SharePoint permissions are some of the best I've ever seen. And you can make sure that only the proper people have the proper access that you want to everything in SharePoint. You also have wonderful tools for document lifecycle management, compliance features like retention policies, data loss prevention, and audit trails. Your CIOs, your CFOs have great compliance tools. You can ensure that the organization meets your industry's regulations and your own internal policies. SharePoint is really strong at that and really gives you the tools that you need for better governance. Because let's face it, if things aren't where you need them to be, you could be liable for a lot of legal action.
Talking about SharePoint, I remember SharePoint since VSS 2.0, 3.0, SharePoint early, then it changed a lot. And I think it's still underlooked. It's still
Yes.
like another Microsoft tool which just does the job, but it is really not the best. but it comes with a tool set. That's why I need to use it. Is this still the case? I mean, I don't believe it, by the way. As you know, I was also an MCT for years, and then I switched role. I played a lot of. I spent lots of time in enterprise, and I know SharePoint is actually underlooked. So, why, Bill? As someone who knows SharePoint's inside out, why? Besides GRC.
Well, honestly, I agree with you 100%. SharePoint is definitely underutilized. It's been my experience throughout my career. And as you said, I've done a lot of SharePoint. It always breaks my heart when I meet somebody. So we use SharePoint, and I ask them, how do you use it? And they say, well, that's where we store all our files. And it drives me crazy because there's so much more that SharePoint can do. It is really underutilized. And as a SharePoint trainer, one of my goals is to try and teach SharePoint all the things that it can do. I mean, dashboards, and if you tie it together with tools like Power Automate and Power Apps, data management, and just really, really get it. Power BI, another one, getting all of the information, getting all that you can out of your data analysis. SharePoint is phenomenal at that.
Thank you. So you mentioned Power BI, Power Automate. So what about them? How can they help management to make their life easier?
Power Automate right now is really one of my favorite tools in my arsenal, and that I love to teach, because Power Automate can enable your organization to automate routine tasks. The thing that I love to teach about Power Automate is any repetitive tasks that you have, things that are just take up time in your normal day-to-day, use Power Automate to take that off your plate. It can go ahead and automate business processes, let me re-say that. You can use it to automate business processes without writing code. You don't need a developer to use Power Automate. Executives can use it to streamline workflows across multiple departments. You can reduce some of your operational overhead. You can accelerate digital initiatives, and free up your staff to work on more strategic things. Get those repetitive, mindless tasks off of their plates and let them do the work you really need them to do, the important things.
Talking about the important phase, many organizations are still transforming through digital transformation. How can, for example, Power Automate help automate, drive digital transformation at the executive level?
So, Power Automate integrates with over 1,000 systems, and they're always adding more, including SharePoint, SAP, Salesforce, Dynamics, and lots of other legacy databases. And this is going to allow your businesses to bridge the gaps between these siloed systems and create seamless end-to-end processes throughout your organization. It's also good for compliance. We talked about compliance earlier. Automation ensures that these critical steps are compliant with your processes. Things like document approvals, retention, auditing. These things can all be automated using Power Automate, and you don't have to worry about them. They're going to help you streamline and be compliant in everything that you do.
Perfect. So, talking about these tools, I mean, we're not going to bypass AI. AI, we don't have to go to details. I had guests from Microsoft, the scientists. I had many other guests which already deep dive into AI. But we didn't talk about AI and toolings. For someone who has wisdom of experience, Bill, what do you think about AI, and specifically when it comes to tools and integration with the tools?
Well, AI, as we know, AI has been integrated, Copilot, with Microsoft in almost every single app. And Copilot is wonderful with Power Automate. and especially with Power Apps. I've seen some amazing things that people have done with Copilot agents in Power Apps. I can give you an example that I've seen.
Please.
It's an organization had used Power Apps with Copilot agents to develop a tracking app for their executives. So he's got it on his tablet, and he wants to see the progress of any number of projects that are running throughout the organization right now. Any kind of project management project, whether it's an app development, a sales chain, whatever it is, they're all in this app. And he looks every morning and he says, "Okay, I want to see where this is at." The Copilot agents scour the organization and will pull in update reports, status reports, problems. Are things behind? Are things on time? Are they delayed? What's the holdup? Put all of this into one app that your executive just has to hit that button. I want to see the progress on this app, and he's going to give it to him up to the minute. He doesn't have to go and send out emails. He doesn't have to search through all these documents. Copilot has pulled all of this together, put it in Power Apps so that they have it at their fingertips. They know any time of the day or night what the status of that project is. To me, that's amazing. And I saw a presentation of this app being built with Copilot agents. 20 minutes, this app was up and running.
20
to me,
minutes.
That's impressive.
That's
the power of AI.
And I guess the integration will be also seamless. And you mentioned it being 20 minutes means it's easy to integrate.
It is. And again, going back to what I said earlier, this gives your team a lot more time to spend on more important things. I mean, in the old days, it could have taken weeks to create something like this. 20 minutes, they've got this solution. It gives them time to do other things.
And I guess this is the beauty of using sometimes one vendor, but I guess there are many other third-party tools. This show is not sponsored by Microsoft, and neither both of us are working for Microsoft. But I guess Gemini or OpenAI or Apple Intelligence, which is OpenAI.
I will confess, I use ChatGPT practically every day in my job when I'm trying to develop new courseware or even just a simple document. You know, hey, chat, things that would take me a couple of hours or sometimes an entire day to create, ChatGPT can give me the basics of it. And like I said, I love ChatGPT. Gemini is fantastic.
I'm the one with the accent, but you're jealous, right? No, I'm not going to give you an accent. Don't try to speak Germanish.
No.
Try to speak English. Forget about the German part.
I'm very nervous. I'm here with an international expert, so I'm a little nervous.
Honestly, you are. I see the same way. You're an expert, and which I admire for God knows how many years. I lost count.
Thank you. It is mutual. Yeah, no, I think AI is a wonderful thing. I think I'm glad to see it more and more being used and seeing amazing things being done with it. And I encourage people, don't be afraid of it. Embrace it and learn how it can, like these other tools. AI is just a tool. I mean, we've talked about Power Apps, Power Automate, and SharePoint, but AI is just a tool as well. Use it to help you make your job better, easier, faster. But remember, you always have to check its work. It's not necessarily 100%.
Just rely on AI.
Yeah.
Again, this question just pop out of my mind. Are you not afraid of AI? You are just you have not too long to retire. I mean, we are similar age, all right? Do you think AI is going to take our jobs? Should the younger generation be afraid? Because you said a few minutes ago, and again, I keep asking the same question probably, things that was taking you hours now is taking you minutes. And you said, check. I assume AI is going to be check-proof sooner. It's going to be even better. But I'm not afraid from, for example, AI take my jobs, but I know Microsoft, Google, Meta already has started to replace, or already started to generate 30% of their code by AI. And it was all over the news that AI started to replace jobs as well. But hey, this is not new. When you and I will remember for sure when cloud was new, people were afraid, oh, cloud is going to take my job.
Right.
Or when SharePoint was new, people, oh, or forget about when typewriter was new, people, oh, this is going to take my job. And yes, it took some jobs away. But what is your opinion?
No, I agree with you 100%. Yes, things are going to change. A lot of the jobs that we know now are going to disappear, no doubt. But in those examples that you've talked about, and I'll give you one that I read recently that made stuck in my mind. And it talked about when the automobile was first invented. Horses, jockeys, livery stables, carriages was a big industry. Cars came over, that was all gone. But aren't we better off for it than having to ride a horse or get in a carriage and spend an ultimately just a huge long time to get from place to place, and new industries built around it, automobile repair, tires, car parts, things like that. And I have no doubt that the AI jobs that are going to be the jobs that will be lost to AI, there's going to be more jobs that are going to be because of AI. I really do.
Right.
I'm not afraid of it in that respect.
Uh, Same here, same here. Even though I'm not 100% optimistic, yes, it's going to take some
It's going to
jobs.
take
And
a
yes,
while.
it's going to replace, maybe we're not going to work 5 days anymore. We're going to work 3 days. I don't know. This is a phrase from Bill
I
Gates, by the
will
way.
I will say this, and I know I've chatted with you a little bit about this in the past, but the thing that does scare me about AI is, of course, like any new technology, you're going to have people, bad actors, who can use it for bad means. And that's kind of to me, the scariest part of AI. And that's why people like you and cybersecurity experts are so important to protect us from these kinds of threats.
We're doing our best. I mean, I wrote multiple books about it, multiple research papers, which has been published in reputable
It's a thankless job. I
magazines,
don't know.
and
Yeah,
but there are so many stuff. But honestly, yes, it's making things harder in terms of detection and protection. But like internet, there is a good side and the bad side. Like
of
human,
course.
there is
Of
like
course.
Batman, right? Batman puts mask, becomes a hero. Removes the mask, he's a businessman. So
Exactly.
I think we have to be key. I mean, it's making our job a bit more challenging, and that's what we like about. We challenge, otherwise we will have nothing to do. And this is, yes, it's getting a bit more complex. To be honest, I totally agree. But probably we will cover this in a different episode as well. Just before I let you
Of
go,
course.
a trainer for so many years. Now, very popular at LinkedIn. Your courses are rocking.
Thank
As
you.
someone who has 25 years plus experience in IT, what are the things that we should do and the things that we should don't do?
Vigilance is key, and keep yourself up to date on technology and your simple things like software. In my personal life, of course, and I'm sure you experience this too. Anybody who's in IT knows all your friends, when they have computer questions, they come to you. And one of the simplest things that I tell people is do those updates to your computers, change your passwords, simple things to help keep yourself secure, keep vigilant, stay on top of your technology. I'll give you an example. Like, a lot of people are hesitant to change from Windows 10 to Windows 11 because maybe their computer isn't compatible with Windows 11. And I try to warn them, you can stay with Windows 10, but you're going to leave yourself vulnerable. Don't be a victim. Always stay on top of things. always be aware of what the changes are in technology. And a lot of times, large corporations tend to be reactive instead of proactive. They don't want to make changes unless they have to. And I don't think that's a good way to be. I think
And
you
I see
have
this a
to
lot in
stay.
US, to be very honest. As someone who just moved to
Yes.
US, I mean, as I just three and a half years now. But when you look from
Mhm.
outside, US is very advanced in technology because, hey, Apple, Microsoft, Google, you name it, they're all American companies, but there is still hesitance in mid to small size businesses, even in
Yes.
enterprises. I totally agree with what you say. Thank you. Anything else that you would like to add, my dear friend?
Oh my goodness. Just it was a pleasure to talk with you today, and you know, stay up, stay vigilant, people, and use your tools. We talked about 3 good ones today, but there's a lot of platforms that have wonderful, wonderful tools. We just don't have the time to go into everything.
One thing you didn't mention is probably, and this is training, the importance of training. As a trainer, I
Oh,
mean, I'm pretty
yes.
sure I'm
Watch what.
cheap, but how can I learn from you for free? Or instead of hiring, do you have some online tools? You said it in the beginning, and I know the answer, but I pretend not to because honestly, I do watch them myself.
Well,
I
thank
do
you.
invest my time via you. Where can I find you?
So right now, the easiest way to find me is through LinkedIn Learning. I have several courses in there. I have courses on Power Automate, Power Apps, a couple of SharePoint courses, and a couple of things are due to be um, re reevaluated, and we're going to update these courses. I think in the fall they'll be released. So I'm also have some tools on Clip Training, which is a smaller outfit that you can find. Um, it is a little bit harder to find me, but like I said, LinkedIn is the best way to get a hold of me. I'm always open for custom work, and I can. I'm actually going to be teaching some live SharePoint courses in person in a few short months. So
Perfect. Thank you very much, dear Bill. Uh,
thank you, Erdl.
Keep in touch. With this, we're coming to one more end. That's all for this week's of Sentinel. A huge thank you to the expert, my dear friend Bill, for sharing his insights. And don't forget, we're going to have a new episode coming soon. Until then, stay safe.